Did you know that most older men are drinking water the wrong way, and it could be silently destroying their erections? I see it in my practice all the time. Men come to me thinking it's just age or hormones, but often it's something as simple and as fixable as how they hydrate. Today, I'm going to reveal how proper hydration directly impacts your ability to perform in the bedroom. We'll talk about the surprising link between water and blood flow, the common mistakes most men over 60 make every single day, and most importantly, I'll show you the right way to drink water to support strong, reliable erections. Stay with me until the end, because the first habit I share is the one almost no one talks about, and it might be the single biggest reason your performance isn't where it used to be. Before we dive in, tell me where you're watching from by putting your city in the comments. I love seeing where everyone in the Glowing Age community is tuning in from. And if you find value in today's lesson, please hit the like button and subscribe to Glowing Age. It helps me create more of these practical, honest conversations for men like you who want to stay strong, independent, and confident as you age. The overlooked connection between hydration and erectile function. Did you know that something as simple as how you drink water may be quietly sabotaging your ability to perform in the bedroom? Most men I see in my practice have no idea that dehydration plays a direct role in erectile problems. They focus on testosterone, pills, or age, but overlook one of the most basic factors: proper hydration. Let me explain why this matters more than you think. Erections are all about blood flow. When you're aroused, your brain signals your blood vessels to relax, allowing blood to flood into the erectile tissue. The strength, duration, and quality of that process depends on how well your circulatory system works. And here's where water becomes absolutely critical. Your blood is over 90% water. When you're dehydrated, even mildly, your blood becomes thicker, more viscous. Think of it like syrup compared to water. Thicker blood moves more slowly, puts extra strain on your heart, and doesn't circulate as freely into those tiny blood vessels in your penis. The result? Weaker, less reliable erections. But it doesn't stop there. Dehydration triggers a rise in a hormone called angiotensin II. This hormone constricts blood vessels, making it even harder for your body to achieve and maintain an erection. Elevated angiotensin II is something I often see in my patients who struggle with both high blood pressure and erectile dysfunction. It's all connected. Now here's something most men don't realize. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. You may not feel thirsty even when your body desperately needs water. By the time you actually feel thirsty, you're likely already mildly dehydrated. Many men over 60 go through their days in a constant state of low-level dehydration without realizing it. That low-grade dehydration quietly chips away at your vascular health day after day. I've treated countless men who assumed their problems were purely hormonal or age-related. But once we addressed simple hydration habits, many saw measurable improvements, not just in erectile function, but in energy, mental clarity, and even blood pressure. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. When they're well hydrated, they're flexible and efficient, allowing blood to move easily where it needs to go. When you're dehydrated, those hoses stiffen, narrow, and lose their ability to expand quickly. For erections, that's a recipe for frustration. There's also the issue of nitric oxide, a key molecule that helps blood vessels relax during arousal. Dehydration reduces your body's ability to produce and utilize nitric oxide effectively. Without enough nitric oxide, your blood vessels simply can't open wide enough or fast enough to support a firm erection. So when you hear that water matters, it's not just about general health. It's about the exact vascular and biochemical mechanisms that control erectile function. This is why hydration isn't a side topic. It's a frontline factor in sexual health for men over 60. I always tell my patients, don't underestimate the simple things. Proper hydration is one of the most overlooked, most underestimated, yet most effective first steps any man can take to support his sexual health as he ages. Common hydration mistakes older men make. Most men believe they're drinking enough water. They carry around a bottle, sip here and there, and assume they're covered. But what I see in my patients tells a very different story. It's not just how much water you drink, It's how and when you drink it that determines whether your body actually benefits. One of the most common mistakes I see is drinking too much water at once. Some men barely drink throughout the day, then suddenly chug large amounts in the evening, thinking they're making up for lost time. But your body doesn't work that way. When you flood your system with water all at once, most of it passes through your kidneys and is quickly eliminated. You're not truly hydrating your tissues or supporting your blood vessels. In fact, you may end up interrupting your sleep with multiple bathroom trips, which only worsens your energy, testosterone levels, and sexual function over time. Another problem? Relying too heavily on beverages that actually pull water out of your system. Coffee, tea, and alcohol all have diuretic effects. Now, I'm not saying you need to eliminate your morning coffee or your occasional glass of wine, but many older men unknowingly create a net loss of hydration by consuming too many of these drinks without balancing them with enough plain water. Over time, that deficit affects every system in your body, especially your cardiovascular and sexual health. I often hear from patients who confuse thirst with hunger. They snack more frequently, gain weight, and develop metabolic issues that only compound their erectile problems. When you're properly hydrated, your hunger signals become more accurate. You feel more satisfied, eat more mindfully, and maintain a healthier weight, all of which support better vascular function and hormone balance. Then there's the timing issue. Many older men drink most of their water late in the day, after they realize they've hardly had anything to drink. This late-day hydration cycle isn't ideal. Not only does it interfere with your sleep, but your body also misses the chance to benefit from steady hydration when it needs it most, during your active hours when blood flow, nutrient delivery, and tissue repair are happening. One of the biggest misconceptions is thinking that thirst is a reliable indicator. In younger people, thirst kicks in fairly early to prevent dehydration. But as you age, your thirst mechanism becomes blunted. You may not feel thirsty until dehydration is already affecting your circulation, cognitive function, and yes, your erections. I've had patients tell me, "But I don't feel thirsty, so I must be fine." Unfortunately, that false sense of security can delay simple, effective changes that could dramatically improve their quality of life. By the time symptoms like fatigue, headaches, dry mouth, and reduced sexual performance appear, dehydration has been quietly at work for weeks or even months. Hydration mistakes are easy to make, but just as easy to correct. Once you understand how critical timing, consistency, and balance are to your vascular health. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to drink water the right way to maximize your sexual health as you age. The right way to drink water for optimal performance. When it comes to hydration and erectile health, consistency is far more powerful than quantity. You don't need to drink gallons of water each day. What you need is a steady, deliberate approach that keeps your blood vessels supple, your circulation strong, and your body ready when intimacy calls. The first habit I teach my patients is to start early. The very first glass of water you drink should be within 30 minutes of waking up. During sleep, your body loses moisture through breathing and perspiration. By morning, you're already mildly dehydrated. That first glass of water in the morning acts like a reset button for your entire circulatory system. It helps thin your blood, jumpstarts your metabolism, and prepares your cardiovascular system for the day ahead. From there, aim to spread your water intake evenly throughout the day. Small, regular amounts allow your body to absorb and utilize water effectively, rather than simply flushing it out. Think of your blood vessels like a well-maintained irrigation system. Steady hydration keeps those channels open and flexible, allowing nutrients and oxygen to reach every corner of your body, including the delicate erectile tissues that depend on optimal blood flow. I often recommend my patients carry a small water bottle with them, not a giant jug that feels overwhelming, but a manageable size they can refill and sip from regularly. Set small, achievable goals, a glass with each meal, a few sips every hour. This approach trains your body to maintain hydration naturally without the roller coaster highs and lows that many older men experience. Another overlooked factor is mineral balance. Plain water is essential, but if you're drinking large amounts without replacing electrolytes, you may actually create an imbalance that affects your nerve function and muscle control, both of which play a role in sexual performance. Including sources of natural electrolytes, like a pinch of sea salt in your water, or foods rich in potassium and magnesium, can help your body retain and utilize hydration more efficiently. Before planned intimacy, a small increase in water intake can be helpful. Not a flood of fluids, but a modest extra glass an hour or two beforehand can support blood volume and circulation at the exact moment you need it most. It's a simple, practical way to support your body's natural vascular function. Of course, moderation remains key. Overhydration can dilute your blood sodium levels, leading to confusion, fatigue, and even dangerous imbalances, especially in older adults. Your goal is not to drown yourself in water, but to maintain a healthy balance that supports optimal function across all systems, including sexual performance. I tell my patients, watch your urine color as a simple gauge. Pale yellow suggests you're well hydrated. Darker shades mean you need more fluids. If your urine is completely clear, you may be overdoing it. Listen to your body, but don't wait for thirst to guide you. This steady, measured approach to hydration becomes even more important with age, when your blood vessels naturally lose some flexibility. By staying hydrated, you give your body every advantage to maintain the elasticity, blood flow, and vascular health that are essential for strong, reliable erections, without needing to rely solely on medications. Key signs you may be dehydrated. Most men don't realize how silently dehydration works against them. It's not always as obvious as a dry mouth or a desperate need for water. In fact, many of the warning signs are subtle, creeping in so gradually that you may mistake them for simply getting older. But they're signals your body is sending, if you know how to listen. One of the earliest signs I look for in my patients is fatigue. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume decreases. That means your heart has to work harder to pump blood throughout your body, delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed. Even mild dehydration can leave you feeling unusually tired, sluggish, or foggy. And when fatigue sets in, it affects every part of your life, your energy, your motivation, and yes, your performance in the bedroom. Another common sign is frequent headaches. Your brain is highly sensitive to hydration levels. When fluid balance drops, your brain tissue can temporarily shrink slightly, pulling away from the skull and triggering discomfort. Many of my patients report chronic low-grade headaches that magically disappear when we correct their hydration habits. Dry skin and decreased skin elasticity are also classic signs. If you gently pinch the skin on the back of your hand and it takes a moment to snap back into place, that's often a sign your tissues aren't as hydrated as they should be. It's a simple at-home test I often share with my older patients, especially because skin elasticity declines naturally with age, and dehydration amplifies that process. Dark urine is another easy marker. If your urine is consistently dark yellow or amber-colored, it means your kidneys are concentrating waste due to a lack of available fluid. While an occasional dark color may not be alarming, persistent dark urine is a red flag that your body needs more consistent hydration. Now let's address one of the most overlooked signs, changes in your erections. Morning erections or nocturnal erections are a natural part of a healthy male vascular system. They occur during certain sleep cycles, even without sexual stimulation, and serve as a sort of internal checkup of your vascular function. If you notice these morning erections becoming less frequent, softer, or disappearing altogether, that may be an early warning that your blood flow is compromised. And often, chronic mild dehydration plays a part. Even mood changes can be a sign. Dehydration affects your brain chemistry, influencing serotonin and dopamine levels that regulate mood, motivation, and even sexual desire. Many men I see for low libido are surprised when simple hydration improvements lead to better mood stability and a gradual return of sexual interest. When you recognize these warning signs early, you gain the power to intervene before they escalate into more serious health problems. Hydration isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about preserving your entire vascular system, keeping your mind sharp, your energy strong, and your intimate life fulfilling. Simple lifestyle habits that enhance erectile health beyond water. While hydration plays a crucial role in maintaining strong erectile function, it's only one piece of the larger puzzle. Over the years, I've worked with countless men who have dramatically improved their sexual health by making small but powerful adjustments to their daily routines. The truth is, your body works best when several systems operate in harmony, and each one influences your performance far more than most realize. Let's start with movement. Daily physical activity is one of the most effective drug-free ways to improve circulation. You don't need intense workouts or heavy lifting to see benefits. In fact, a simple 30-minute walk each day can make a measurable difference in your blood vessel function. Walking stimulates nitric oxide production, helps maintain flexible arteries, and promotes healthy blood flow, directly supporting stronger, more reliable erections. I often remind my patients, walking is medicine for your blood vessels. Next, consider your diet. Certain foods naturally support the production of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels during arousal. Leafy greens like spinach and arugula, beets, watermelon, and pomegranate are excellent choices. These foods help your body create the conditions necessary for optimal blood flow, reducing the need for pharmaceutical interventions. When you nourish your body properly, you give it the raw materials it needs to function at its best. Stress management is another major factor. Chronic stress floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline, both of which constrict blood vessels and suppress testosterone production over time. I often see men who are carrying the heavy emotional weight of work, family, finances, or loss. These stressors silently chip away at both vascular and hormonal health. Simple practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even a quiet hobby can help lower stress hormones and create a more favorable environment for intimacy. Sleep also plays a more significant role than many men realize. During deep sleep, your body repairs blood vessels, balances hormones, and restores energy. Poor sleep disrupts testosterone production, weakens blood flow, and increases inflammation, all of which negatively affect erectile function. I always encourage my patients to treat sleep like any other form of therapy. Protect it, prioritize it, and create healthy habits around it. Limiting alcohol and eliminating smoking are equally important. Alcohol in moderation may seem harmless, but in excess, it acts as a depressant on the nervous system, interferes with hormone production, and dehydrates the body. Smoking, on the other hand, directly damages blood vessels, reduces nitric oxide availability, and accelerates vascular aging. Every cigarette, every drink adds cumulative strain on the very system responsible for sexual performance. Finally, don't underestimate the power of mindful breathing. Controlled breathing exercises stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and improving blood vessel dilation. Even a few minutes of slow, deep breathing each day can help counteract the vascular tightening that comes from chronic stress and anxiety. When you combine these simple habits with proper hydration, you build a foundation for long-term sexual vitality. No one habit works in isolation, but together they create a powerful synergy that supports not only your erections, but your overall health, confidence, and quality of life as you age. Common myths about hydration and male sexual health. Over the years, I've heard plenty of myths and misconceptions from my patients about hydration and sexual function. Many of these beliefs not only fail to help, but often lead men further away from the real solutions that could improve their health. Today, I want to set the record straight on some of the most common misunderstandings. The first myth is that simply drinking more water will automatically fix erectile problems. I often have patients who proudly tell me they're drinking a gallon or more a day, expecting immediate results. But the truth is, erectile dysfunction is rarely the result of dehydration alone. While hydration is a critical foundation, it works in partnership with your vascular health, hormones, nervous system, and lifestyle habits. More water isn't always better. In fact, drinking excessive amounts can dilute essential minerals in your body, leading to a condition called hyponatremia, or low blood sodium. This can cause fatigue, confusion, muscle weakness, and in extreme cases, serious health risks, none of which support sexual performance. The second myth is the belief that aging automatically means the end of a healthy sex life. I see far too many men who have accepted erectile dysfunction as an unavoidable consequence of getting older. But the truth is, many causes of ED are preventable or reversible with the right approach. Hydration, proper diet, Movement, stress management, and medical support can make a dramatic difference, even in men well into their 70s or 80s. Age is a factor, but it's not a sentence. The body retains its ability to heal and improve when given the right conditions. Another common misconception is that expensive supplements or so-called hydration boosters are necessary for sexual health. The supplement industry preys on fear and insecurity, offering miracle pills and powders that promise instant results. The reality is, no supplement can replace consistent, balanced hydration and healthy lifestyle choices. In my practice, the most significant improvements come from simple, sustainable habits, not costly gimmicks. Then there's the idea that thirst is always a reliable guide. As we've discussed, your body's thirst mechanism weakens with age. Waiting until you feel thirsty often means you're already behind in hydration. This false sense of security leads many men to believe they're hydrated when they're not. That's why adopting a proactive approach, drinking small amounts consistently throughout the day, is far more effective. Finally, some believe that once erectile problems begin, medication is the only solution. While medications like PDE5 inhibitors can certainly help, they address the symptom, not the cause. Hydration, circulation, and vascular health often play a much larger role than people realize. I've worked with men who have been able to reduce or even eliminate their need for medication by addressing these foundational issues first. When we clear away these myths, what remains is a far more empowering truth. Your choices matter. The small decisions you make each day, how you hydrate, what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress, all work together to support your sexual health. You are not powerless in this process. The body is remarkably responsive, even in later years when you give it what it needs. Now you see just how important hydration really is for your sexual health. It's not about drinking more, it's about drinking smarter. And when you combine the right hydration habits with simple lifestyle changes, your body has the power to perform better, no matter your age. Remember, you are not at the mercy of aging. With small, consistent steps, you can protect your circulation, improve your energy, and reclaim confidence in every part of your life. If you learned something valuable today, please like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. Your support helps me continue sharing these lessons with more men who need honest, expert guidance. And don't forget to share your city in the comments. I look forward to seeing where you're watching from, and I'll see you in the next video.